Hello friends. So today we have our third lecture on The Portrait of a Lady by Khushwant Sing. Now here what you see is that the constant friendship between grandmother and Khushwant Sing. Or you can say, give it a subtitle like this, Khushwant at the village school. So they are journeying together to the school and the preparation for school, going together to school, then coming back, on the way feeding dogs. See, a lot of, it's something like a pleasure. It's a pleasure for both of them. And let's see the words and expressions that you should use in your daily life. Okay, as yesterday also we had about 10 prayers. Left me with her, left me. Means present tense is leave me with her. So when my father went to America, he left me with my uncle. That means he made arrangements for me to stay with my uncle. That is, left me with my uncle. Made arrangements for me to stay with my uncle. You can say, you can go on making sentences like that. So my mother left for Japan. She left me with her sister. So this is how you have to use these words and expressions. Constantly together means always together. My intimate friend and myself, we are constantly together. Or you can see, my father and myself, we are constantly together. Means always together. That's it. We are always together. That is constantly together. And now next one, get me ready. Means make me ready. So my mother used to get me ready for school. My sister used to get me ready for school. My father used to get me ready for school. So like that again. Then monotonous song. Same song, no, same. No change. Otherwise it is ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. That is not monotonous. And this is monotonous. Others in same tone. That is monotonous tone. Usually people pray in monotonous tone. Isn't it? Yes. Then get to know, come to know. I got to know my friend, my intimate friend, my classmate. I got to know my classmate when we were staying together in the hostel. I got to know, means I came to know, or I knew more of him. I got to know. I knew more of him. See, thoroughly. I thoroughly knew him when he stayed with me in the hostel. I got to know. And then next is bother to learn. Did not care to learn. Did not. Some students, at least in the class, they are not bothered to listen to the class. They will be doing their private business. They will be having their cottage industry in the class. So they will be doing that. So that is called a bother. They are not bothered to listen. They are not bothered to learn. They do not care to learn. That's the thing. Okay. And next, fetch me means get me. Students sometimes fetch water. Fetch me water. Fetch me. So water means get me water. When I ask some students to get some water, they will fetch me water. Or you can say, students go to the staff room and fetch me chalk. So the chalk is, now we don't use chalk but the white pen. Whiteboard pen. Whiteboard pen. Isn't it? Sometimes what happens is, some students are my friends fetch me good books. My friends fetch me good books. And next, tie them all in a bundle. So every morning when I go to shop, now when I come back from the shop, I bring all those things in, tying them in a bundle. Or the shopkeeper gives the things to me, tying them, many things, tying them in a bundle. Means making a bundle and give it to me. So that I won't drop anything on the road or on my way. That is tying them all in a bundle. Was attached to the temple. See, my house was attached to a church. You can say my house, because I am a clergyman. So my house was attached to a church. Or you can say, my lodge is attached to a theatre. Yes, very near to that, or part of it you can say, attached to. And now, sat in rows, sit in rows. See, when you are going for meals, students in the hostel, they sit in rows. Understand? Land like this. Sit in rows in the veranda. Or when you are having a school morning, you have got a gathering, a school gathering, students stand in rows. ROWS, rows. Growling and fighting, that you cannot say. Some students are growling and fighting in the class. You cannot say like that. You can say only about dogs. Dogs usually, when you find dogs, they are usually growling and fighting. Dogs are there, there is a nature. Understand? Growling and fighting. Making a sound, a special sound, and also fighting. Actually, it is not for fighting to kill them or to attack them, but for the food they are doing. So these are very important phrases for you. My uncle left me with my aunt, and we were constantly together. She used to get me ready for school. She used to sing, say her prayers in monotonous sing song. After some time I got to know her more, but I did not bother to learn prayers. My aunt used to fetch me ice cream, and she also used to take all the items that I should take to school in a bundle. And our school was attached to a church, and during the noon meals we used to sit in rows, and then we found that some dogs were outside growling and fighting. Dogs were seen outside growling and fighting, say for the leftover. After all meals there will be something left over, so we throw it to them. I think it's clear, and you will be able to use these expressions in sentences of your own. Then it will become yours. Listen, otherwise it will be the words, or it will be there in the lesson. That shouldn't be. It should be yours. Okay, let's see. So the beginning, my grandmother and I were good friends. Why? Because they are the only people in that house. My parents left me with her when they went to live in the city, and we were constantly together. There are only two people in that house, so they are always together. She used to wake me up. So all the work, of course, young Khuswant, she would like to sleep, say up to 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock like that. But she used to wake me up in the morning and get me ready for school. What are the things that she would be doing next sentence? She said their morning prayer in a monotonous sing song. So that, oh God, please help these people. This is. While she bathed and dressed me, doing two in one. That's the thing. One is prayer and the other is bathing and singing, in the hope that I would listen and get to know it by heart. So that was her intention. Why was she praying? Why this two in one, praying and getting him ready? She thought that at least some words he will remember. But he says, I listened because I loved her voice. She had a musical voice, but never bothered to learn it. Never did not care to learn the prayers. Then she would fetch me my wooden slate, which she had already washed and plastered with yellow chalk. That means already she had made preparations the day before. So the slate is washed and it is plastered with the yellow chalk. A tiny earthen ink pot and a red pen. Tie them all in a bundle and hand it to me. So she used to do that. So that's what she used to do. So they are the two people, only two people in that house. So they were constantly together. And this woman was very religious, and she wanted that her grandson also should be religious, should learn some prayers, should recite some prayers, say prayers. But therefore what happened? While bathing and dressing him, what happened? She used to say her prayers in a monotonous sing song, hoping that my grandson will learn at least few words. But he says, I did not bother to do that. And then she would fetch, make a bundle of the slate, the ink bottle, and also ink pot. An earthen ink pot those days, made of clay. That's why earthen ink pot means. And also red pen. Tie them all in a bundle and hand over. After a breakfast of thick, stale chapatis. Stale means not very hot. See, that is probably made on the previous day. Yeah? Then chapatis with a little butter and sugar spread on it. And then it is sweet. We went to school. She carried several stale chapatis with her for the village dogs. So this one of her characteristics that we should note. She was very fond of feeding animals. Later also we will see that. And my grandmother always went to school with me, not for learning alphabet, but because the school was attached to the temple. When I was being taught alphabet or prayers, my mother who used to sit inside the temple, read scriptures and say her prayers. The priest taught us the alphabet and morning prayer, while the children sat in rows on either side of the veranda, singing the alphabet or prayer in a chorus. Oh, that's a good word. In a chorus. In a chorus means with one sound, please. All of them together. When they say A, B, C, D, then all of them will say A, B, C, D together. So that is singing in a chorus. That's very interesting now. Singing in a chorus, my grandmother started reading the scriptures. She would not waste her time. She was always in touch with God. That toward the end of the lesson you will see that she even got a message, it's time for you to die. Yes. When we had both finished, we would walk back together. So you find together is a very important word in this section. At the village school, constantly together, go to school together, come back to sit there together, means into probably two halls. One is the temple and the other is the classroom or the veranda of the building. Nearby that, the school was attached to the temple, and then together coming back, together having bath. In the center, she used to give bathe him and dress him. So at that time also they are together. Preparation together, like this. Then this time the village dogs would meet us at the temple doors. Not for wishing them a good morning or anything like that, but it is for the chapatis. And they followed us to our home, growling and fighting. That's the nature of dogs with each other. For the chapatis, we threw to them. So my mother was very fond, my grandmother was very fond of feeding dogs. She used to take a few chapatis with her, and coming back, she would be throwing it like this, and the dogs would be. In fact, this one growling and dancing, this dancing, dog dance. You have got cinematic dance. So this is dog dance. And dog dance, we are using this word growling and fight. I think now it's clear to you all these words and also how they are used in this lesson. And the point to remember is young Khushwant Sing, mother, grandmother and Khushwant Sing, they were left in their village home. Parents of Khushwant Singh's parents were in the city. Maybe they were building a house or they were preparing a better place for these people. This is village and then the city. So since there were only two people, they were constantly together. She used to do everything for this young boy. Wake him up, dress him, bathe him, dress him, try to teach, try to that is somehow she wanted to put some words of prayer into his mind. But he says, I don't bother about that. But I listened because she had a musical voice. Then their journey together, they have their breakfast and their journey together to the school and temple, because they are near. The school is attached to the temple. While they are learning, she will be sitting and reading the scriptures. When both are finished, they will start their return journey. On the way, the chapatis will be thrown to the dogs, and the dogs will be following them till up to the door of their house, growling and fighting. It's a very beautiful description. As I told you, very vivid. You can see all this. Grandmother calling him, bathing him, dressing, and then in a sing-song way, monotonous sing-song way, the chapatis, then making things in a bundle, handing over, and they are going together. On the way, she may be talking or telling some story to him. And then they spend their time together. It's in two halls. They come back together and they feed the dogs together. So together is the key word in this section. So bye, have a nice time. But before that, out you troublesome virus, killer of men and animals. Get the hell out forever. Now, right now, from here. So if you chant this, then you will get some confidence to fight this virus. Plus, share it with your friends. And if you like my classes, then if you can understand it, definitely you should share this with your friends, and also take care of your health and stay home and stay safe. These things you are seeing every day on TV or on different channels and so on. But I am just remind you. So for the time being, bye. Have a nice time. Enjoy your life. Take care of your health.